Right in the heart of Africa, two neighboring countries have nearly identical names: the Republic of the Congo and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. How did that happen? And why hasn't it changed? You'd think having two countries named almost the same would be confusing, especially when they share a river, a history, and a border. Why didn't one of them pick a completely different name? The answer lies in colonialism, rivalry between two European powers, and a post-independence identity crisis that's still visible today, where one river divides not just geography, but legacies. Let's start with that, the Congo River. The Congo River is the second longest in Africa and the deepest in the world. But more importantly, for centuries it was the center of life for the people who lived around it. In fact, before colonialism, the entire region was considered one land and one people. United by the river and their language, the Kikongo dialect of Bantu, they were known as the Kingdom of Congo. Centered around the river's many tributaries in its delta where four of its largest rivers converge. The king was considered the supreme leader of all lands near the river. And so for those who lived there, the Congo River defined not just geography, but identity and political power. But in the late 1800s, Europeans decided all that didn't matter. At the infamous Berlin Conference, which took place between 1884 and 1885, European powers met to divide up Africa amongst themselves without inviting a single African leader or ruler. The conference was basically a way for European nations to lay out claims they already had made and to set rules about how they could keep or expand their empires in Africa. Regarding the Congo, the conference decided that the land north of the river would go to France and the land to the south would go to Belgium. That decision was problematic, considering the ancient Kingdom of Congo had always been centered around the river itself. But Europeans didn't care much about kingdoms or rivers. They cared about resources and power. France already had an established colony in the region, Gabon, and considered the land north of the Congo part of their larger West African colonial empire. As for Belgium, its king, Leopold II, had long desired a personal colony that wasn't tied to the Belgian state. He saw the Congo as a chance to build his own empire separate from any political oversight, and he did exactly that. The southern half of the Congo became his personal property, ruled like a private estate. It was called the Congo Free State, free in name only. The Congo Free State became notorious for its brutal regime of forced labor, human trafficking, and violence against local populations. After Leopold's death, the Belgian government took over the colony in 1908, renaming it the Belgian Congo. Meanwhile, the northern half continued to be called French Congo. Both colonies were officially organized and divided in ways that emphasized extraction of resources and control over local populations rather than any meaningful form of representation or governance. It was only after World War II that independence movements began to take hold. By the late 1950s, both colonies had active independence movements demanding self-rule and the end of European control. By June 1960, both colonies were preparing to gain independence. And in a rush to step out of colonialism, two states emerged, each calling itself the Republic of the Congo. On June, the Belgian Congo gained independence as the Republic of the Congo. And on July, French Congo also gained independence as, you guessed it, the Republic of the Congo. To reduce confusion, the former Belgian colony changed its name to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. After several other name changes, including Zaire, the country returned to Congo in 1997. Meanwhile, the former French colony became the Republic of the Congo, Brazzaville, often identified by its capital. Basically, to avoid confusion, they decided to rename the two countries based on which side of the Congo River they were located on. Along with their most recognizable feature, the capital cities, Brazzaville and Kinshasa, respectively. But why haven't they changed their names since then? Well, for starters, they don't really need to. For decades, and international bodies have clearly differentiated between the two countries with their different capitals and locations. As the saying goes, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. If nobody has confused them, why make a change? However, there are deeper reasons why neither side has wanted to relinquish the name Congo. Let's start with the DRC. In 1971, the country's president, Mobutu Sese Seko renamed it Zaire, presumably to cut ties with Belgium and the colonial past. But after years of instability, corruption, and war, the country reverted back to DRC to emphasize national unity and identity after years of instability. Moreover, the name stuck because it reflects the reality of the country. The DRC is vast, encompassing everything from tropical rainforests to grasslands and mountains. Its population of over 90 million people is larger than the Republic of the Congos as well. In terms of economy, the DRC has more infrastructure, industry, and urban centers. So the name Democratic Republic of the Congo accurately reflects the size and scope of the country, while the shorter name simply refers to the smaller state. As for the Republic of the Congo, it kept the name for continuity's sake. In many ways, the Republic of the Congo is the continuation of the French Congo. Calling it something else would imply severing ties with the past, which would be unusual. Moreover, both countries want to claim the legacy of the ancient Kingdom of Congo, which thrived around the Congo River for centuries. Keeping the name helps maintain this connection to the area's history. Still, the whole situation can be a bit confusing, especially for those who are unaware of the nuances. Here's a quick summary of the differences between the two. The DRC is bigger, more populous, and has a larger economy. It's also more diverse linguistically, ethnically, and religiously. While the Republic of the Congo is more homogeneous, it's also more stable politically and has a better reputation internationally. So despite the occasional mix-up, it makes sense for both countries to keep their names. Besides, the similarities aren't a coincidence. It's part of the competition over who gets to claim the word Congo, ultimately. The naming story of these two countries highlights the absurdity of colonial borders and the lasting impact of colonialism in Africa. Even something as basic as a name can become a symbol of power, memory, and rivalry. For the Republic of the Congo and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, their names reflect different colonial legacies, different languages, and different political histories. For people living in each country, their name isn't just a geographical identifier, it's a part of their identity. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. And let us know in the comments, which other countries do you think have the strangest naming stories?